What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to today's installment of Renegades Reviews. I am the Renegade J.J. Williams, here to bring you my thoughts on yet another movie. Today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Episode VII, The Force Awakens, the thing we have been counting down to here the past week or so as I have been reviewing all the other installments of the Star Wars franchise, from The Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi, even including the two Ewok movies and the famous and fabled Star Wars Holiday Special. This is going to be the quote-unquote spoiler edition review. So if you have not seen The Force Awakens, and you do not want to have anything given away to you, turn this one off right now and find the other review. I have uploaded two reviews, a spoiler version and a non-spoiler version. This is the spoiler version that is going to go into full detail and talk about some of the big reveals and scenes. So again, if you do not want to have anything spoiled for you, or you have not seen the movie, turn this one off now. That being said, holy fucking shit, ladies and gentlemen. This movie was epic. We got to see a bunch of new worlds and planets. We were introduced to new characters. And we got just enough of a taste of our old friends to make everybody happy. This was a great movie. We start off on the planet of Jakku, where we see the First Order about to obliterate a village, and FN 2187, the stormtrooper, has a conscience and a change of heart, and he doesn't want to go through and execute his orders. And that is kind of what sets us off on this entire adventure. FN 2187 ends up meeting up with a resistance pilot by the name of Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac. And FN 2187 is the gentleman who will become known as Finn, played by John Boyega. Brilliantly played characters by both men. I don't know too much of their other work to this point, but both men did a fantastic job in this film. Finn, of course, ends up breaking away from the First Order and tries to gain the trust of a young woman by the name of Rey, played by Daisy Ridley. Again, very well acted, very well executed performance. Another young lady who I don't know a whole lot about up to this point, but she gave a tremendous performance in this role. And Rey lives on Jakku, and that's pretty much all that she's ever known, is life on Jakku. She was dropped there. She believes that her parents or somebody is going to come back and get her. But we all know how that is, especially in the Star Wars universe. You know, stuff like that never really comes to fruition. Finn and Rey end up escaping when the First Order comes back to try to get Finn, because they deem him a traitor. They end up escaping in an abandoned spaceship, which turns out to be the motherfucking Millennium Falcon. Holy shit, I marked out when I saw that. Can't even try to lie. And the Falcon gets taken in and abducted of sorts by this big cruiser ship. And we assume that it's the First Order because those are their type of ships. And we think that the First Order has consumed the Falcon, but it's revealed to be Han and Chewie. And that's where we get the great line that we've seen in the trailers of Chewie, we're home, because Han finally has the Falcon back. And we get a little run through of what happened and how the Falcon left his possession. It's a little complicated to try to remember. It's one of those second brothers, cousins, husbands, twice removed type of situations when it comes right down to it. But we end up getting back to the Falcon, and Han and Chewie join the fight because the little droid BB-8 is carrying information as to how to find Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker has been missing in action for the past few years. They never really give an exact amount of time, but Luke was training the new Jedi, including Ben Solo, Han and Leia's son, who is revealed to be the big bad villain, Kylo Ren. I'm thinking, and they never really explain it, but I'm thinking that the Kylo comes from KY from Skywalker and LO from Solo, and then Ren because he was one of the Knights of Ren. Similar to the Sith, similar to the Clone Army, similar to the Knights of the Old Republic. They never really go into too much detail, but I think it's just kind of an amalgam of all those things in one. So Ben Solo is Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren, kind of to me, as big bad of a villain as he is and as cool of a lightsaber as he wields, he reminds me of an emo teenager who throws a temper tantrum when he doesn't get his way. There's a couple of different times when things go wrong for Kylo Ren and he unleashes his lightsaber and starts cutting things and destroying things that are right nearby, kind of like how a kid will get mad and throw stuff across the room. Very, very temper tantrum-ish, and that was my only beef with Kylo Ren, was that he seemed like an emo teenager, very unstable, very much, I wanted now Veruca Salt kind of, and if she doesn't get her way, she throws a temper tantrum until Daddy does it. It's kind of the vibe I got about Kylo Ren. He's trying to live up to what Darth Vader kind of, the groundwork, treating Vader as kind of a forefather, and he's trying to live up to that mantra and that established villain, and we all know nobody is going to come close to Vader. Eventually, Chewie and Han and Finn and Rey and BB-8 join up with the Resistance, and they meet all up. Poe, who we thought was killed early on, is a part of the Resistance. He's an X-Wing fighter and helps to save the day and rescue them. And we catch back up with General Leia Organa, one of the leaders of the Resistance. And we start to very much immerse ourselves now into a New Hope type of story once we meet up with the Resistance, because if you think about it, in A New Hope, Luke, Obi-Wan, Han, Chewie, R2 and C-3PO are trying to get the R2 unit to the Rebellion because he's got the plans to the Death Star. In this movie, Han, Chewie, Finn, Rey, and BB-8 are trying to get to the Resistance because BB-8 is holding information as to where to find Luke Skywalker. Sound familiar? The difference is that the First Order is the Empire. And we're kind of at war with them, but we're not at full-on war with them, at least not yet, because the Resistance is just coming into play in this story. So we meet up with the Resistance army. Admiral Akbar is there. Nien Nunb is there, who was Lando's co-pilot on the battle of the second Death Star, the battle for Endor in Return of the Jedi. Greg Grunberg, who's an actor I enjoy watching from Heroes, is an X-Wing pilot, and we get to introduce to him. We see R2-D2 and C-3PO, and R2's kind of low-key. He's on low power. He's not really fully functional. C-3PO has a red arm. We're not exactly sure why. You know, is he trying to channel his inner Iron Man? Is that who he wants to be? We don't know why C-3PO has a red arm. It's not explained to us. Quite frankly, we don't care. But now we've introduced ourselves to a bunch of new characters, and we've reintroduced ourselves to all of our established ones except for Luke, because we still don't know where Luke is. The First Order has this battle station weapon very similar to the Death Star called the Star Killer. We see it take out 5 planets all at once because it soaks up the energy from its sun and then turns that into firepower strong enough to destroy planets. So now the Resistance leads a battle on the Star Killer, much like the battles onto the Death Star. And the Resistance, I keep wanting to call it the Rebellion. The Resistance, of course, is successful in dismantling the shield and taking out the generators and everything that they need to do in order to defeat this space station. And then we get R2-D2. He's fully functional again. He has come out of his hibernation, if you will, and he's beeping and whistling because he's about to reveal where Luke is. He has, whether he's fully charged or he's remembered he has it locked away in him, again, they don't really explain to us, but R2-D2 has the rest of the map to find Luke Skywalker. The only piece they needed is the piece that BB-8 has. Both parts come together and form up like Voltron, and we go on a mission to find Luke Skywalker. But I've overlooked one detail. Kylo Ren facing off against Han Solo. When Han tries to confront his son and tell him that he believes there is good in him, just as Luke told Vader many, many, many years ago, we think that Ben Solo is going to return to the light side, but alas, he extends his lightsaber and kills his father. Very much in the way that Darth Vader killed Obi-Wan in A New Hope. This is very much a similar situation where the student killed the master in A New Hope while the son killed the father in The Force Awakens. I'm not going to lie, I got misty-eyed and shed a couple tears when Han Solo died. Rey and Finn discovered the Force within this movie. I believe the whole title of The Force Awakening refers to Rey, who is strong with the Force, and her and Finn have a very epic lightsaber duel with Kylo Ren. Fast forward, since I got sidetracked there, and we've got Rey and Chewbacca and R2-D2, who's now fully restored, Chewie, who's still kind of sad about the loss of his best friend, but they go and they find Luke Skywalker, and that's where it ends. Luke is not really in the movie, just mention of him until we find him at the very, very end. I'm sure that's going to be where we pick up and start episode 8 when we get to see it. I cannot say enough good things about this movie. Again, this movie was fucking epic. I highly recommend that everybody go and see this if you haven't already. I cannot wait till episode 8. What do you guys think of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. As always, tweet them to me at ROWJJ Let me know what other movies you would like me to review once we get to the first of the year and we get away from the Christmas movies. Leave those suggestions in the comment box below. Tweet them to me at ROWJJ And until next time, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, when I bring you another movie review, I am the Renegade JJ Williams, and I look forward to talking to each and every one of you next time. May the Force be with you.